Today's episode is sponsored by people who share their dirty laundry on Facebook. It's like reality TV, but with people you actually know. He wants to talk to you, but his wife won't let him. Epstein's advisor about Bill Gates. Insert theme song here. This is the Daily Sarcast. I give you the news and maybe a laugh. I'm Lindsay Vernick, and it's November 20th, 2025. Okay, please don't be mad at me. I'm sorry. I keep missing the Sarcast this week. It's not like I'm trying to. My grandfather died, and I guess I can't pull the grandfather card for that long, but I'm going to keep pulling it for this week. But actually, I was very busy with the funeral all day. We sat Shiva for 6 hours, and I got home and I was exhausted and I didn't feel well because what else are you going to do all day other than eat and drink a lot of wine? So yeah, I just was not having it yesterday. Sorry about that. But I'm back today and I will tell you all about the funeral and the Shiva in a little bit. So in real news, apparently we're gearing up for chaotic, overachieving flu season because H3N2, the diva strain, decided to mutate 7 times over the summer. Cases are already rising in 39 states and the timing is immaculate, right before everyone breathes on each other at Thanksgiving. Australia already had its worst flu season ever, Britain's freaking out early, and Japan's shutting down schools like it's 2009 all over again. Meanwhile, over here in the US, we're acting like nothing's happening because no one under 55 is getting vaccinated. Walgreens reported that it's just the seniors showing up for vaccines. But the vaccine will not stop you from catching this thing, but it will keep you out of the hospital, which feels like the best we can hope for in this economy. COVID's creeping up, RSV is warming up in the bullpen, and the CDC's public health messaging is, let's just call it minimalist. So in conclusion, get your flu shot now before H3N2 shows up uninvited and ruins your holiday season the way last year it ruined my dating life. In today's episode of This Country Cannot Chill for 1 minute, Trump is now saying he's going to release the Epstein files once the bill actually hits his desk, which of course it hasn't. Congress passed the thing, and everyone's acting like we're moments away from unsealing the tea, and Trump's out here promising to give them everything, like he's Oprah handing out subpoenas. Except, not really. Because the bill has more loopholes than a Bravo reunion. Anything classified, withheld. Anything that identifies victims, withheld. Anything with child sexual abuse imagery, obviously withheld. Anything tied to an active investigation, withheld. And guess who just started a brand new investigation into Democrats mentioned in Epstein emails? Pam Bondi on Trump's orders. Convenient timing. Love that for them. Bondi says she'll follow the law and protect victims, which is political speak for I'll release what I feel like releasing and will do whatever Trump wants. Meanwhile, Trump keeps insisting he has nothing to do with Epstein other than being friendly for 15 years and fighting over spa attendants at Mar-a-Lago. Sure. Everyone's promising transparency while also building escape hatches. So will we get the full Epstein files? Absolutely not. But will we get a dramatic, confusing, half-redacted document dump that solves nothing and stresses everyone out? Oh, 100%. North Carolina is currently starring in Trump's latest reboot of Mass Deportation, the musical. Federal agents have now arrested over 250 people around Charlotte and Raleigh, double what they admitted to 2 days ago. Shockingly, the government underreported something. I know, never have they ever. They're calling it Operation Charlotte's Web, which is honestly insane branding. The only thing being woven here is panic. Immigrant neighborhoods are being emptied out overnight. Kids are not going to school. Shops are closing. Grocery stores are looking like someone yelled ice and everyone teleported. People were even protesting outside a Home Depot because apparently even buying a pack of screws comes with a side of federal agents now. Meanwhile, Raleigh suburbs like Cary are ghost towns. Even the Indian grocery store was empty, and you know that means things are bad. And because this country doesn't do anything halfway, DHS is already lining up the sequel. 250 Border Patrol agents headed to New Orleans for a 2-month sweep starting December 1st. It's like a dystopian tour. Catch us in a city near you. The feds are giving the classic, "we can't comment for safety reasons" line while everyone else is giving, "we're terrified to leave the house." So the bottom line, the entire state is on edge. No one knows who's getting arrested next, and the administration is full steam ahead on the crackdown like it's sweeps week, and they're trying to boost ratings. In Lindsay life, I was back in Philadelphia for the past couple days because, as I said before, my grandfather died. I don't know how many times I can keep saying that. Sorry. But let's get into all of the things that happened at the funeral in the Shiva. So, my grandfather did the very untrendy thing and he was buried at a cemetery because a million years ago they got a great deal, my grandparents, on a plot of land where my grandfather's parents were buried. They were very excited about it. So he was buried there. And after the service, which was beautiful, I'm standing next to the plot where we just kind of we just put his ashes in because he also got cremated because like that's the trendy thing to do now. So I'm standing next to the plot with my whole family, with my grandmother who just lost her husband, and my dad's friend comes up to me to say hi and, sorry for your loss. And by the way, Linz, I have a great guy to set you up with. He's so, so nice. He's 25 years old. Oh, and he's so nice that he just lost his virginity just last year. And I was like, and then my grandmother turns around and was like, what in the world is going on? And then my dad's friend wife was like, oh, sorry about him. But you know what? Actually, I do have a friend that we can set you up with. He's a really great guy. However, he does go both ways. And I said, I'm sorry, but I prefer a guy that just goes one way. So we go back to my grandmother's like independent living community where we rented out a room. And because we rented out a room there, we had to order food from the retirement, independent, whatever, living space. And we couldn't bring in our own. It was very frustrating about this. Like, if you're Jewish, you know that, like, the best part about the Shiva is the food. Like, you know that you're about to walk into a great spread and you're about to eat so well. It's kind of like Thanksgiving in the way where you're just like, I know I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to eat so well. I'm going to be so full. And yeah, this is a shitty time, but you know what? Like, this is about to be so much better with the food. It wasn't. When I tell you that this was the worst Shiva spread to ever existed in the entire world, I don't think that I'm exaggerating. It was like a bowl of like the most basic salad, and then they had not definitely not fresh croissants with like tuna and egg fish and chicken salad in them. So they had these mediocre sandwiches. The chips were actually the best part. They had some really good crispy chips. And then they had like some cookies that were okay and really shitty brownies. Like, what would you have eaten if you were there? And then, Shivas, people bring stuff. No one really brought much. Somebody brought a box of arugula that was really good, actually. But that was the best thing. And then, like, my grandmother's, like, random friends, acquaintances came with their, like, homemade breads. I'm like, these are kind of weird and sketchy, and I don't want to eat this because, like, who knows what goes on in these apartments there. So now that you know literally the entire spread that was at the Shiva, anytime somebody walked in, like I knew that they slept from like 20, 30 minutes away to come see us. I said, hi, thank you so much for coming. I'm really sorry, but the spread sucks. And I hope that you already ate. But actually, though, it was a very nice Shiva. She did have a lot of friends come and say hi to her. And my parents had a lot of friends come out and support them in a lot of families. So it was really nice in that way. As my poppy, the one who just passed away, as he would call it, the army of the Walking Dead walks in on all their walkers to give their condolences to my grandmother. And a bunch of them were like, oh my God, like, come knock on our door if you need anything. And she was like, nope, I'm good. And I was like, oh, Bubby, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say thank you. And then another woman there was playing like bouncer at the front door with the community. And it's like, if you didn't know her, you weren't allowed to come in and get an egg salad sandwich. Also, it was this huge to do. Like, whoever wrote the obituary, because it was so absolutely beautiful. And like, I wrote it. And I was like, me. And like, sometimes like people were like, oh my God, Lindsay, did you write that? And I was like, yes, I did. And then I would whisper in their ear, it was really ChatGPT, and walked away. But in all seriousness, it was a beautiful service and Shiva. Your cooking tip of the day is a third date is way too early to offer cooking for someone, especially if you suck at it. Feedback, comments, questions, a nice Jewish boy looking for a date, email me at lindsay@thedailysarcast.com. Thanks so much for listening, and I seriously will talk to you guys tomorrow.